Them lies, but you gotta make it, cause you gotta preach it, that's every time.
Yo guys, Sid okay, coming at you with it's somewhat of a tutorial but not so much of a tutorial, but we're going to check out Retroarch. It's a basic all-in-one emulator for all your other emulators combined, which is something I've been sorting after for a while, since I've got a behemoth of them individually right here. Now, I've got these here so you guys can download, link will be in the description. Obviously, on top of that, you can also check out their website. It's really simple to set up. All you need to do is, obviously install it, everything else. But when you do come into this for the first time, obviously you're not going to have how I've got it here. You'd need to go to drivers, settings, drivers, and then change it to XMB. And then you'll get this sort of layout, and you can customize it how you wish. And it's just easy to navigate. If you've got like an Xbox or PlayStation controller, they are native supported to this. It'd just be a case of individualizing the controls for every single emulator, like things like the PSP, PS2, PS1, all native. Anyway, you don't need to change anything for them free. I believe the only other one you won't need to change for is the GameCube. But the rest of them you will probably need to look at a bit of a, how do I get this controller to set up? Like, for example, if you've got Dolphin as an individual emulator, you can set up your controls with Dolphin and just port them across, or drag and drop, and it sorts itself out. But anyway, I'm just going to go through a debrief, and I'm going to literally just on top of that show you the behemoth of games you can get on here. So for example, you'd go to load core, especially when it's your first time. These are the ones I've just got set up, just to make sure, like, some games perform better with certain cores and emulators and so on compared to others, and to make sure they all show properly. But you would naturally only have the download core option available. All the little hashtags are just ones I've downloaded. I'm going to quickly zoom you through. There's absolutely tons. Don't get me wrong, there's things like PS4, PS3 emulators, original Xbox emulators, Xbox 360 emulators, which are not in here, unfortunately. Like, unless someone finds a way to add them, or even the Wii U emulator, for example, like the big 4, 5 I can think of, which are not in here but also have existing emulators. So if anyone does find a way to add these, by all means let me know in the comment section. It'd be very much nice to see and get them set up. Like, don't get me wrong, I've got modded 360 with all the Xbox original games and a fair chunk of 360 games, so I'm not worried about them so much. I'm more curious to try and get some of the Wii U ones with an emulator added. But I've never once seen an emulator in here or any of these multi-emulating things, or emulating front as they're referred to as. But I do have a Wii U emulator. I think it's called CMU. I might still have it on my PC, I'm not sure off the top of my head. But anyway, these are where you'd go to download all of your emulators for all the various games you might want, and as you can see, there is an absolute fair chunk of them. And I've just remembered the only other one, there's another one on top of that. So there's GameCube, the PlayStation ones, and the N64. You will not need to remap any of them, not to my knowledge. I think the only ones you need to keep an eye out for consideration, things like the Wii, Dreamcast, and the I know the DS sometimes does okay with some games, not all, so that's one to keep an eye on. And the 3DS, like any of the Nintendo stuff, minus in the GameCube and N64, you might need to remap some of them, or look up a way to set up controls. But okay, so like once I'm just saying, but once you've downloaded all your cores, there is an online updater for obviously thumbnails and everything else, which when you click in, it will just auto update with thumbnails. You can even get cheats, which I see is a bit meh, but I'm just throwing out there. Obviously, you can add thumbnails. There's even more stuff in here. You've got playlists. You can set up recording, configuration. I don't know why we didn't go in there a minute. Obviously, you can set up a network and everything else. There's even achievements if you get the Retro Achievement website and log in and try and link your account. I mean, I'm still tinkering with how to get mine set up properly. It just makes me add one here. It doesn't actually sync it across. I haven't quite figured out why or how to do it. Obviously there's user and everything else. Retro achievements. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm presuming this is where you would put your actual into here accounts, and then retro achievements, and the other one is just a typical user. You can also stream to Twitch and YouTube from here as well, and Facebook, which is kind of nice. And obviously you've got your default username right here, which obviously I've not set up, which I'm gonna just quickly do while it's on my brain. There we go. And obviously you can change the directory of where files are located and everything else. Obviously you've got recents of like what you've played the most. I just did them to test. But once you've got all of that and how you want it, and you're probably thinking, how can I get my games? You'd click to import content, scan directory, mine are in D. And I've got mine all organised, emulated ROMs, and as you can see, all in here. Like, some don't show them all, but some do. You just need to click on scan this directory and it'll start scanning. Or you could always do scan directory for all of them at once, which does take a while, we'll mention. And once you've got all them set up, as you can see, they have all the emulator icons set up and ready to go. And obviously the names of each console. On top of that, you can do netplay with some of the games. Like, I know the Wii for Dolphin is quite popular for netplay, since you obviously can't use two controllers on here to play, like, say for example, like Mario Kart or New Super Mario Bros. On the Wii. You'd need netplay. Alongside that, the DS is another one that would also need netplay. I do know that the PlayStation 1 and 2 emulators do support a sense of split screen, which does amuse me a little bit that there is a split screen option in here, which is kind of amusing us when it's PC. But then things like the PSP, the Wii, the DS, and majority of the others, I think minus in the PlayStation 1 and 2, will likely need that netplay in order to play with friends and everything else. It is really simple to do. You'd click on host, start a netplay, or if you've got a friend who knows how to set them up, you'd just they'd start one and you'd join. Simple as. Even on here, there's allow pausing, so if someone needs to take a break, you can pause it and everything else. But nonetheless, I am gonna shush and zoom you through the behemoth collection of games and the potential of what you can do with these. So I'm just gonna mute myself. I'm gonna get some music playing over while I go through all these. There's absolutely tons. But nonetheless, I do hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to smash the like button if you found this useful, or subscribe even. And again, there'll be a link to this in the description so you guys can download it for yourself. Obviously, it is very well known, but to anyone who doesn't know about it, I will be leaving a link for you to download and have a look at. Obviously, I'm not going to show you where to get ROMs or anything else due to obviously legal reasons. But obviously, I thought, do my outro now, then it's done, and then I can just sit back, scroll through these, have some music in the background, and then you guys can see the potential of Behemoth Collection. But yeah, until then, guys, peace.